Hello, this LP3 training video is for ECOA. ECOA is Equal Credit Opportunity Act. These are the credit denial letters. If you pull a credit report on somebody and you deny them credit, then you will create an ECOA letter for them. The ECOA section contains ECOA Create, ECOA Search, and ECOA Test. Let's take a look at ECOA Create. ECOA Letter Create allows you to enter user first name, last name, address information, and then type of letter that you're going to issue the customer that you denied the loan for. Denial letter for all customers, approve for less letter for current customers, and approve for less letter for new customers. So if somebody comes in and wants to get a loan for $1,000 and you determine that they only can be approved for $500, then that is a denial, but it's a denial and plus an approval for less. And they might be current customers or they might be new customers. So you could issue a letter to them that was with credit denial for the amount they requested, but there was an approval for a lesser amount if they would take that. We have committal, which let's take a look at what happens when committal is not selected. And right now you can't select it, and we'll go over the settings for that here in just a second. Let's go ahead and create an ECOA letter. And the difference between ECOA Create and ECOA Test is that ECOA Test will go ahead and fill in a little bit of information so that when you come down to create a letter under ECOA Test, for instance, it will have that demo data entered for you and you don't have to add that. So let's take a look at the ECOA letter that was created. We have company name, address, statement of action taken on credit application. Your loan application is greatly appreciated. Regretfully, we're unable to grant the loan at this time. And then it talks about under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and it has, for instance, if it's Texas, contact numbers for the Office of Consumer Credit, and then Federal Trade Commission and contact information for the Federal Trade Commission. There's no specific reason for denial on the letter if you do not have committal turned on. Let's take a look at the settings area that allows you to turn committal on and then give a reason for it. Under configuration and ECOA info, here, the federal agency, this is where you would enter the information that shows up on the letter for the federal agency contact information. Then we have the state agency information that shows up on the letter. And then a lot of times if you have a single location, you will have your own address in there for the company, your company that denied them the credit. But if you have a home office, maybe you don't want the people that were denied credit to call the branch. Maybe you want them to call the home office. So this would allow a company with 1 or 5 or 10 or 20 or 50 or however many locations to have a central contact information for your company on the credit denial letter. Other information. Here is where you would turn committal on or off. Now, a lot of times you will just do general, you weren't approved for credit letters, and then if the customer requires more information, then you could send them out a reason why. But let's go ahead and turn committal on and go ahead and save this. And anytime you edit any of the settings under config, you have to exit all screens, exit out of the software, and then log back in. Once you've logged back in the software, let's go back over to ECOA and create ECOA. Go ahead and do John Smith, and then just go ahead and put in just some demo information. So we're going to do just a general denial letter. Now we have committal is turned on, yes. So you can choose the reason why the credit was denied. Length of time at a residence, insufficient credit file, bankruptcy, other, insufficient number of credit references, unable to verify employment, any number of reasons you can now choose. So we'll just go ahead and put on here poor credit performance, delinquent credit. Let's put that on there. Any other reasons, or if it was a approved for less letter, you can put in here that was approved for less, and then the amount, or it will automatically add that if you've approved them for less. And let's go ahead and create this letter for John Smith. See what changes have made now that we have enabled committal in the letter settings. Click create letter, creates the PDF. Let's pull it up. So again, we have the company address information, statement of reason for denial, termination or change. Your loan application is greatly appreciated. Regretfully, we're unable to grant the loan at this time for the reasons stated below. Please reapply when the circumstances indicated below have changed. So delinquent credit was what we chose from the list of reasons why we denied them credit. So it will give whatever you choose will be added in here as the reason why. And again, it will have the state's contact information, federal contact information in the delinquency letter. Go ahead and close this out. Okay. Now we have discussed ECOA, create, and test. We've discussed the config ECOA info settings, so you can set up the agency contact information for the federal, state, yourself, and then turning committal on or off. Let's take a look at the search options for ECOA. So ECOA search. ECOA search allows you to search for ECOA credit denial letters, last four of their social, first name, last name, or a date range, whether or not it was a denial, whether it was approved for less, current customer, or new customer. Depending on which of these items are checked, then when you do these searches, they will come up. See here that we have general denial letters in here, approved for less in here, and John Smith is in the list. He's the last one that we did right now in the demo. So if you wanted to view or print the ECOA letter after you search for it, click on view print. Again, it would have the link to bring up to print out for John Smith. Additionally, if you have if you have gone under create account and you have taken down customers' information and you pulled a credit report for them, and you can create an ECOA letter direct from the application page. If you've created an application and you've saved it, you haven't done an ECOA letter yet, you can come under create application, application search, and then you can go ahead and click on ECOA from the application search also to create an ECOA letter for the customer. So creating ECOA letters can happen from selecting ECOA and create, just manually create one. You can go under application, search here, and if you've taken an application on a customer, create ECOA letter. Or if you pull up a customer's application specifically, you can go click on create ECOA and it will take you into the create ECOA letter with the customer's information filled in. So this is ECOA credit denial letter section for creating test, which is just enters some demo data for you to test the letter creation, and then ECOA search, so you can pull up ECOA letters that you have created in the past to either reprint them or find out what reason you've given a customer, or give a reason and create a new letter to send out to customer or to verify bureau. That is the ECOA credit denial letter section. Thank you very much.